The silent weapon no one talks about, brother. It's positioning. The way you position yourself in trends, therefore the way you understand where the world is going. To get the perfect positioning, you need to be aware of where you are finding yourself at. You need to have a closed circle of people who are very future driven. So they study, they look, and they think different than the masses. When you collect this information in today's video, I'm gonna break down why positioning yourself and positioning the things you do in the proper way is gonna make the whole difference. So oftentimes it's not about the skills, it's not about how much you work, it's not about the great idea you have, it's about how you position yourself, you position your business, you understand the future so that you can be at the right place at the right time. Let me give you a quick example. What if you could invest in OpenAI before it goes public? What if you invest in Canva before it goes public? What if you could invest in Anthropic before it goes public? Do you have the ability to invest in these places? How is your money positioned today that it can make you a lot of money in the future? Are you investing in things that only gonna give you some yields? Or are you investing in something that can appreciate in the future? Where do you get the data to use to invest? Who are your friends? What are they talking about? Are you positioned in an environment that's guaranteed to be ahead of the masses in the future? Life is a statistics game. You need to be positioned in a place with people, in an environment, in a business that the future is not gonna be eating alive. You need to be smart. You need to choose your chess moves carefully because every single move it's saying no to something else. This is called the philosophy of choices, which means that every choice you take, it's basically saying no to something else. So everything you do in this life to position yourself towards victory, it's a no positioning yourself towards failure. So every single day we can decide to position ourselves, to date certain people, to meet certain standards, to meet certain environments. Where do you position yourself? Positioning is an art. It's not a science, it's an art. Yes, you have to collect data, but then you have to collect so many data that you have the analytics inside your brain, and this is gonna allow you to, based on this, and that, my bet is the world is gonna go in this direction. My bet is that I should go in this direction. And in the span of 3 to 5 years, you're gonna see whether you were wrong or you were right. How do you position yourself in your own head? Think of it. Who are you? What is the narrative you talk to yourself? Who are you in the future for yourself? The way you position a thought in your head, the way you store the information in your own head has a meaning. Imagine that Napoleon used to tell himself he was the new Julius Caesar. You know, he was the heir of Julius Caesar. The way you talk to yourself, the way you position yourself in this world matters. Because some people sell themselves big ideas and matter of fact, they materialize those big ideas. How do you position your business? You position it like a gadget or you position it like a trend? You position your opportunity as one of the many or the opportunity. How much you collect data to position in the opportunity in your head, the business you have as the futuristic one? What is the way you differentiate when you're brainwashing yourself rather than you're taking a smart decision? And this is connected to the people you know, because if you position yourself in the right environment is going to position yourself to win. Women know very well the art of positioning, because if you want to, for example, find a rich husband, a smart one, entrepreneur, you should position yourself in a very clear way. You should say no to certain things. You should avoid going out with all the guys. You should be positioned as a high price thing to get. So positioning, how do you get into those high-end places? How do you get to the best clubs? How do you get to skip the line? How do you position yourself so that the marketplace receives you in a very specific way? Positioning. I think you should sit down and rethink of the way you're positioning in your hometown, the way you're positioning with your family, the way you're positioning yourself in your own head, the way you're positioning your business, the way you're positioning your social media. Who are you expressing to? Because if the target is there, you cannot position yourself here. Guys, positioning is an art. You need to know where the world is going and position before everyone else gets there.